Good morning, everybody. This is Steve Fletcher with a Trumpet for My People. I want to share with you some articles that I found on Breaking Israel News today. I actually found the articles yesterday, but I want to share them today with you. And before I do that, I want to share this video that came out on March 20th. As we've been searching for understanding about what is happening with Donald Trump and the 50 states that have declared emergencies and the executive orders that take him out of power and put FEMA into power, this article came out on March 20th on CBS this morning, and look at the title of this. It's just as clear as day that FEMA is taking over. Even the title of the video is FEMA Administrator Peter Gaynor on taking over U.S. coronavirus response. Okay, so I've got a few things to say about this, but I want to share some articles with you, and I'll get back to this in just a minute. So as I said, I found some articles on Breaking Israel News that I wanted to share with you. This shows that Biden's health advisor suggests keeping Americans in lockdown for at least 1.5 years. Okay, well, we're going to see a connection now between Biden and Obama. Once again, Obama has stepped up and will be endorsing Biden, and so the doorway has been open for Obama to return to the spotlight. And this article came out showing that Biden's health advisor suggests keeping Americans in lockdown for at least 1.5 years. Okay, so this is one step of the process. The next article shows that Dr. Fauci echoes Bill Gates' forced immunity tracking for employment and travel. If you want to be employed, if you want to have a job, if you want to make money, and if you want to travel, you will need a forced immunity tracking system or RFID chip. It's some type of technological tracking device, okay? And so Dr. Fauci and Bill Gates are on the same page of where they are going to be headed with this coronavirus outbreak. The next article came out on Breaking Israel News was that the WHO calls to remove family members from their homes. The World Health Organization's Dr. Michael Ryan said that the UN needs to look in families and find those people who are sick and remove them from their homes, of course, in a dignified manner. So you have families that have one sick person within the home, and to keep society safe, no, it's not okay for them to just be on lockdown alone with their own families. No, they need to be taken out of their homes. Of course, this will be done in a dignified manner. Amazing how clear this is all becoming. The next article says, following record rainfall, the Sea of Galilee overflows, an omen of Messiah's arrival. Pour down, O skies from above, let the heavens rain down victory, let the earth open up and triumph sprout, yes, let vindication spring up. I, Hashem, have created it. Following record rainfall, Sea of Galilee overflows, an omen of Messiah's arrival. Amazing that this is coming out exactly on April 13th, which is just the weekend of the resurrection, the middle of the week of unleavened bread. And here the story says the Kinneret, the Sea of Galilee, continues to rise as rain continues to fall in Israel, rising 6 centimeters over the weekend, bringing its level to 209 meters below sea level and just 20 centimeters below the upper red line, signaling that the lake is full. 10 years ago, Israel was suffering from a horrible drought. And someone asked Rabbi Cook when the Kinneret, or the Sea of Galilee, will be full. And Rabbi Cook said, when the Messiah arrives, the Kinneret will be full. Okay, so this is amazing that just this weekend, the rainfalls came and caused the Sea of Galilee to overflow, or to be at its fullest capacity up to the brim of the lake. Okay, so the Sea of Galilee is full. It became full this weekend over Passover and over Resurrection Day, and this is an omen of the arrival of the Messiah, right? The arrival of the Messiah. And this is all happening right now. At the same time this weekend, we went to all 50 states in the United States being under disaster declaration. All 50 states are in a state of emergency. Okay? Now this is part of the law that allows the takeover of FEMA from the presidency. The presidency is handed over to FEMA based on all 50 states being under state of emergency declarations. Okay, so the FEMA takeover becomes official as the 50th state declares a state of emergency. Okay, so this is all happening at the same time. It's the lake, the Sea of Galilee is coming to its fullest, while at the same time, FEMA is being put into power and taking over the presidency of the United States. And this brings us to this article I found that came out on March 20th. FEMA is taking over. FEMA Administrator Peter Gaynor on taking over U.S. coronavirus response. Here is Peter Gaynor, the FEMA Administrator, and this was published on March 20th, 2020. Remember I talked about the quarantine beginning on the solstice, March 20th, 40 days, taking us to April 29th? Well, it's amazing that exactly on March 20th, this article came out showing that FEMA was taking over. And the article says, this video says in the description box, as U.S. governors work to contain the coronavirus in their own states, it was announced that the Federal Emergency Management Agency would be taking charge of the federal government's response. Okay, what does it mean when they're taking charge? That means they're running the show. They're not taking orders from anyone. When they take charge, that means the president is no longer in charge. This is clearly shown even as early as March 20th. FEMA taking over. Okay? FEMA will be taking charge of the federal government's response. FEMA Administrator Pete Gaynor joined CBS this morning to talk about the state of the federal response and what measures they hope will contain the pandemic. So now the one who's in charge is Pete Gaynor. FEMA, okay? FEMA has taken over. Now, at the same time, okay, I just want to remind everybody within this, okay, I have a line of understanding that I watch, okay? The line of understanding that I watch is that Barack Obama is the Antichrist. Obamacare was put into play because the number of his name is Obamacare. It's the number of a man. It's the number of his name, Obamacare. And Donald Trump said that he would get rid of Obamacare when he was first in office, but was unable to do so. There were a number of votes that they tried to get it out of play, but it was never cast down. Obamacare was never taken out. There was never a new medical system put into place. So Obamacare remains in play. And here we have an article from April 5th, 2020. Obamacare's healthcare protections face first true test in coronavirus crisis. Okay, so I just want to share with you from my perspective what will happen, okay, with Barack Obama. How are they going to put him back into play? Whether he comes back into the limelight and is actually announced as the world leader, or whether the takeover of the United States will bring in forced immunization, vaccination certificates under the name of Obamacare, okay? Obamacare is still in power. Obama is still in power through a program that contains his name. He is the author of it. Okay, so for those of you who think that Obama is just simply out of the picture, the system that will bring in the mark of the beast and the RFID tracking system is the name of the number of his name. Now, what does it say in Revelation 13, 17, and 18? That no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. His number is 666. So what does it say in this? The number of his name, and it's the number of a man. The number of a man. The number of his name. Obamacare. When people sign up for Obamacare, they are taking the number of his name. But when people get an RFID chip under the guise of Obamacare, they are taking upon themselves, they're not just receiving a certificate of health insurance. When they take it onto themselves, the number of his name, and they put it in their body through a tracking system where each person has a number, and it's under the guise of Obamacare, that is the number of his name. So here is the situation. Remember, we started out this article, this video, talking about Biden and his health advisor suggesting that all Americans be in lockdown for a year and a half. And what do we see today? On April 14th, what do we see today? Accelerate the Endgame. This article is from today. Obama's role in wrapping up the primary. Obama is back on the scene as he is going to be endorsing today Joe Biden. Obama is back. Trump is out. FEMA is in. Obama is in. And Obamacare is still in, was never out. Obamacare was never out. Obama supposedly was out, but Obamacare was never out. And now Obama is back on the scene, and the title of the article is Accelerate the Endgame. Accelerate the Endgame. Now I'm going to leave a link for you guys of a video that I was going to upload on my channel earlier today. Called, what was the title of it? It was Simultaneous Event. a simultaneous event. And it's by Wrap the News, and it's a 9-minute video of the connection between Comet Atlas, the asteroid on April 29th, the Endgame and the peak of the coronavirus outbreak. Comet Atlas was found just as the coronavirus outbreak began, and it's going to be visible to the naked eye just as coronavirus is reaching its peak. Okay, amazing connections that were put together. I was going to upload it on my video on my channel, but I just got a second copyright strike. The Greenland trailer that I put up on my channel has been taken down, and I got a second copyright strike. And if I put something else up that is not mine, and I risk a third copyright strike might get my channel canceled. So I couldn't upload that. But I'll leave the link for you in the description box, as well as the link for Breaking Israel News, so you can see these articles that I've shared with you. Accelerating the Endgame, Obama is back. I pray you're blessed today. This is Steve Fletcher with a trumpet for my people, the sign of his coming revealed.